Lock of the night hits. Nasruddin Imavov gets it done against Caio Barallo. Lock of the night number 2 hits. Kawe Fernandez fucking dominates. Harry Hardwick. That was minus 160. How could I not give that out as a lock over in Premium Channel? That should have been minus a fucking 1,000. If they rematched, that shit would be minus 800 plus. I mean, come on. Was that a domination or not? Sam Hughes holds her end of the parlay up. But of course, Mauricio Ruffi, turns out that motherfucker can't wrestle. So Premium Channel made money. We're happy. Over on Most Confident, we go 4 out of 5 in Most Confident picks. Of course, it's the Mauricio Ruffi. We keep going 4 out of 5 on Most Confident picks over and over again. So I don't know. Is it up to you to find the dud? Okay. 4 winners, 1 loser, and it's been happening on repeat. Let's go 5 out of 5 this fucking week. Okay? That's my fucking intention. You guys ready for the rapid fire? UFC Noche going down in Texas. When I first was researching this card, I was thinking we're in Mexico. No, we're in Texas. Big cage. And I'll start with the main event of the evening. I'm going Gene Silva. I know you hate it. I know you like Diego Lopes. I've seen people bitching about the odds on this one. I think Fighting Nerds has a title contender in Gene Silva. I believe he gets it done. I will break it down for you. Zach Reese over Cedric Dumas. Cedric Dumas on house arrest. Are they gonna let him fight with the fucking ankle bracelet on? I don't know. Could be a dangerous weapon in that cage. I'm going Zach Reese. Danil Donchenko winning, the Ultimate Fighter. Very fucking impressive striker. Alessandro Costa beating Alden, Coria, experience. And Jared Gordon outboxing a short, stocky Rafa García. I will break these down one by one. First thing I will admit to you, because I'm an honest man, I took out the lock of the night, okay? I have a premium channel on Telegram where people pay weekly or for the year, and I give them my favorite bets. And I saved my lock of the night this week for Premium Channel. I'm just telling you straight up. If you want to see who I'm betting on, DM, direct message, at mikefinchshow on Instagram. We'll get you into Premium Channel. For y'all, all right, these are 5 of my 6 most confident plays, okay? Is that enough value for everybody? Don't be mad. Please. Thank you. Let's break this shit down, yeah? Let's start with Gene fucking Silva. Gene Silva kicks hard as fuck. Gene Silva punches hard as fuck. He's very explosive, but also can be patient, and I like that here. I think if he stays at range with a Diego Lopes, he's going to make Diego Lopes miss. Diego Lopes wants chaos, okay? And his jiu-jitsu is nasty. I don't see him being able to use it here against a Gene Silva. I think Gene Silva keeps this shit on the feet, keeps this thing at range, keeps it at a good kicking range where he can work, and doesn't brawl with looping shots with Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes, we really saw how a good strong stance and some timing, some good kickboxing can work against him with a Volkanovski. I think Diego Lopes is destined I think Gene Silva is destined for a title shot against Volkanovski. How sick is that? Come on. The dog. Woof. Diego. Jesus, I did it again. Gene Silva versus Alex Volkanovski. Alex winning the title against Diego Lopes was revealing, about Diego Lopes's game. Interim title. I think that Diego Lopes is going to miss a lot of punches here. I think Gene Silva is going to blast him. I think he'll control the distance. If Gene Silva fights stupid and wants to go out there and just punt Diego Lopes, it could be an issue. You can imagine Lopes coming back in rounds 3, 4, and 5. I am concerned about the sprinter body type, right, of the Brazilian. I believe that he really needs to stay patient. Bit of a Yoel Romero strategy. Do nothing, explode, right? That will be effective here against Lopes. I think Gene Silva is going to be able to either knock him out or just be able to win 4 out of 5 rounds, let's say. He knocks people the fuck out, though. Diego Lopes got a finish streak going. Honestly, I don't see it ending. I do see him landing big shots, probably to the body, eventually to the head of the Mexican Diego Lopes, even though it's Noche UFC. Okay? The Mexicans haven't swept Noche UFC. Okay? This ain't Paris, y'all. Okay? I'm going to go with Diego Lopes. Jesus Christ. Mike, you need to fucking... I had a great weekend. I was at Catalina Island, okay? But sleep, not the most sleep. Gene Silva over Diego Lopes. Can we get to the next fight? Zach Reese versus Cedricus Dumas. Cedricus? Zach Reese should be better everywhere. I think Reese is a much more disciplined striker. He's clearly better at submission grappling than Dumas. I faded Dumas in his UFC debut against Fremd. He was like a 2-1 favorite. I didn't know what the fuck people were seeing. I was watching him on the regional scene make big mistakes on the ground. And sure enough, Fremd did submit his ass. And Fremd is not good. Zach Reese is much better. Dumas has gotten better, but I don't see Dumas being able to do much to a Zach Reese. I think Reese is going to be able to club and sub him, probably kicks him a few times, makes Cedric Dumas do something stupid and then catches a neck, and even if he ends up on bottom or something, I think Dumas could get armbarred and shit. Dumas is not smart, man. He's in a bunch of legal trouble. He couldn't fight before because he had an ankle bracelet on. I'm saying let him bring it into the cage. Let him Hoist Gracie got to wear the gi. Let's see Cedric Dumas ankle bracelet versus Zach Reese. If I'm the judge, I'm letting it happen. Okay? I'm fucking around. Zach Reese via submission. Donchenko over Rodrigo Cezinando. My boy AJ told me that Cezinando is training with Daniel Cormier for this one. Wrestling, that's good. That's a good idea because I think he'll need it. Because Danil is one of the most talented 24-year-old strikers I have ever seen. It is really impressive to watch this guy kickbox. He changes stance as well. He's defensively sound, keeps his hands up, his chin tucked, his shoulders relaxed. He's looking out of the tops of his eyes. He's moving his head off the center line. He's a great kicker, solid puncher. He's a very, very serious talent. I do see him out kickboxing, a Cezinando fairly clean here. Cezinando probably more well-rounded. Probably a threat on the ground. Probably will need a takedown here. I don't see many people being able to strike with Danil. I think Danil is just too special. I think he wins the Ultimate Fighter. I think Danil Donchenko is a very, very fun addition to the UFC. Again, 24. By the time he's 28, I could see this kid fighting for the title, Yeah. Bright future. Let's go with him in his true UFC debut. Alessandro Costa versus Alden Coria. This was the fifth leg slide in because Alessandro Costa, because of his UFC experience, look at who he's beaten inside the UFC. It matters. He's welcoming a UFC newcomer in Alden Coria. Although I will say, Coria's got some solid takedowns. He does my favorite takedown well, right? Single leg dump. You access the single leg, you take them to the side where they no longer have a post leg. That's very smart. And then if they're hopping around that way and they got that BJ Penn level balance, you just cut the other way for the double leg. It's a very smart strategy to take people down. I've been doing it since I was a high school kid. He runs that takedown very fucking well. And it works so well for MMA because people are standing upright. That lead leg is so exposed. In wrestling, you're in that crouch stance. They could defend that lead leg. You want to have your hands defending the lead leg of your opponent, right? And so when they access it, you could right away underhooks, right? Fight the hands, arm drags. In MMA, because you're standing up, that single leg is there. I really like the way this kid attacks it. Problem is they're throwing him too far into the deep end here. I think Alessandro Costa is just too good at striking, too good at grappling too. His submission grappling is fantastic. So let's say he gets past an Alden Coria, although Alden Coria is a talent. I'm not fading Coria here. I'm backing up Costa. And then Jared Flash Gordon getting it done against Rafa García. Jared Gordon is much better at boxing than Rafa García. Rafa García has power in his hands for sure. Is it Rafa? I should say Rafa. Rafa García has power in his hands. I'm talking about him like he's fucking Brazilian, like Hoist. Mexican. Rafa García has power in his hands and a nasty guillotine. I mean, do not let him wrap your fucking neck up. But I think Gordon's not going to have to shoot here. I think he's going to be able to box with him, maybe beat him up in the clinch. He was doing work with Paddy Pimblett. He probably beat Paddy Pimblett. Paddy's gotten better since then, clearly. But Jared Gordon should be able to outbox a Rafa García pretty fucking soundly here. Jared Gordon been in the UFC for a long time, and he's been looking good, man. I do think he pitches a shutout here, 3 rounds to zip, using the hands, using the head movement, walking forward. I like that Rafa García is like this short, stocky guy. I think it's going to really work out with the boxing style of Jared Gordon. He doesn't have to deal with a long jab or something. I think Jared Gordon's a lock here. One more time for my people in the back. I'm going Jared Flash Gordon. I think he's a lock against Rafa García. I'm going Alessandro Costa because of the UFC experience against this newcomer. I'm going Danil Donchenko because of his striking is so fucking talented. I'm going to go with Zach Reese because Cedric Dumas is a criminal. And I'm going to go with Gene Silva because Diego Lopes throws looping shit. Gene Silva should be able to control the range here. And I do believe he is more explosive and more dangerous than a Diego Lopes, who really will need to get his jiu-jitsu going. And I don't think he will be able to. Remember, Gene Silva choked Bryce Mitchell unconscious. Club and Sub is live for Gene Silva too. I'll give those as my 5 most confident, although I left out my lock of the night, which will be over on Premium Channel tonight. I think I'll have some of my birthday cake, right? Got some birthday cake over there I'm still enjoying. I told my wife, hey, fucking 33 years old, give me 1 slice of cake. But she gets me the entire fucking cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. Okay? So I'm going to be a fat motherfucker the next time you see me. I'm only halfway through the damn thing. I have news, folks. I'm having a baby. My wife is pregnant. Our baby girl is due on Valentine's Day. We are very excited about this. We're going to grow the family. This will be my first child. I am very, very excited to be a dad. All right. If you're happy for me, please give me a congrats in the comments. I would appreciate that. Okay. Yeah. Fatherhood coming up. I'm going to make a little champ. Okay. She's going to come out. She's going to have the striking of Wei Lee. She's going to have the wrestling of Tatiana Suarez. She's going to have nasty, wicked ground game of Helena Cravar. You're like, who? You didn't watch CJI, did you? Did you? You should have watched CJI. And, she can do whatever she wants, actually. But I think teaching self-defense to children is fundamental to them growing up a confident, competent young adult. You know? It's like, do you ask your kid if they want to go to math class? Because I didn't. Okay? No, it was required of the child to attend algebra class. That was not an option. Just like I believe it's not an option to learn basic self-defense and be competent defending yourself. That is part of, I believe, a good education for a child. She'll have that. If she wants to fight people, that's her choice. I'm going to have a kid, man. I'm super excited. Super fucking excited. Hey, I got another announcement. Okay. Kevin El Basri, shout out. Congrats, Mike. White House card main event. Harry Hardwick versus Chris Moitinho. Yo, Harry Hardwick versus Chris Moitinho. Fight of the century. Harry Hardwick, dude. I'm going to go Hardwick over Moitinho. Although, you know what? I want to see that matchup, Kevin. Okay. Because of the way they did these boys. Harry Hardwick comes in on short notice to get Kawe Fernandez, albeit it was only minus 160. I don't know what the books were thinking. Chris Moitinho got it worse. They fucking threw him in there against Sugar Sean O'Malley. They saw him be a human punching bag. And what they do, they bring him back against fucking, what is it, Wellmaker? The kid's name? Knee and fucking hook. Dude, who thought Moitinho was going to win that fight? You know? So I feel like, hey, the UFC could hook him up. All right. Loser leaves town. It's kind of a Dusko Todorović and, Jose Medina type matchup. Loser leaves town. Harry Hardwick versus Chris Moitinho. I'm going to give that a heart, Kevin. Thank you. Okay? Very nice. Appreciate the $5. My other announcement is I will be working for Lights Out Extreme Fighting, owned and operated by the great and powerful Sean Merriman. I'll be working with some old Bellator folks that are good friends of mine, and I will have Sean on the show on Friday. You will get the NFL legend himself on Mike Finch Show on Friday. Looking forward to interviewing him. If you got any questions you want me to ask him, drop them in the comments. Would be happy to relay those over to him. Very excited to work for those guys. I will be managing their social media, bringing some new content to Lights Out. Very excited to work with the fighters. I know Tyrell Fortune, and he's going to be headlining the September 20th show. If you are in the Southern California region, come see you, boy. I will be at Lights Out Extreme Fighting. I will also be at XFO, who I still work for as the color commentator. I will be at their show in November, the day before Thanksgiving. It'll be XFO Night of Champions in Chicago. So if you're around Chicago, if you're around Los Angeles, it's actually in Long Beach, come see you, boy. Say what's up to me. All right. What say you, chat? It's 1:53 a.m. in Toronto. Night Owls, welcome, brother. Let's go. Gene Silva is a lock. Thank you, Scott. God, people are fucking. They love Diego Lopes. Scottsdale, Arizona, stand up. Time for Mike Finch birthday show. Thank you, brother. Yes. 33 years old. I used to say 21 years young. No, I'm 33 years old now. Thank you, Scottsdale, Arizona. I'll actually be in Scottsdale in November. So I'll be around the area. Come train with me at Fight Ready or some shit. Dream, believe, make it happen. Fuck yeah. That sounded like Michael Bisping mocking Luke Rockhold. Dream, believe, achieve. Let's go, Pepino. Costa is a lot. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, it was my 5th edition, because the kitty's fighting's good. Diego Lopes is a good fighter, but I don't see the obsession with the fake Mexican Gene Silva KO. Whoa. Some fighting words. Wasn't me saying that, guys. I'm reading the comments. Jesus Christ. Finch's lock is probably Tatiana Suarez. How dare you? And be dead wrong. How dare you? Just because I've interviewed her. You see the interview on my channel? You bastard. I've heard all this before with Roofy KO last week. What the fuck? God damn. I mean, I win on premium channel. I win on most confident, and people they focus on the negative. I gave out dog Imavov. How much shit? How many of you? Kaio's a lock, Kaio's a lock. You're crazy. Kaio's a lock. Then nobody says shit. After Imavov wins, I haven't seen a single person go, yeah, I was wrong about that one. But anybody who was on fucking Benoit Saint Denis, they're here dunking. Petty. Focus, girl dad. Glad to be a girl dad. Glad to be a girl dad. The original plan was boy first, girl second. I'm the older brother. I have 2 identical twin little sisters. My wife has an older brother. She's a little sister. So, we thought we'd keep that going, but having a girl first might be easier, right? I used to teach kids MMA. And I used to teach kids boxing was the first thing I ever taught over at Title Boxing when I was a teenager. And my class was a mixture of boys and girls, and the girls were so focused. They were so hardworking. They were always watching me while I was talking. Okay, when you throw the left hook long, I want you to drop your knuckle down so you don't hit with your fingers. Then we're going to try the left hook short and tight, and I want you to have the thumb up so you still hit with those knuckles. And they're listening. And then I'm looking over at the boys. They're always fucking pushing each other, twisting each other's nipples, fucking spacing out, looking at the ceiling fan. I mean, they got no attention. The girls are just, they're smarter, faster. You know, they grow up faster. They hit puberty faster. Their attention spans are just there quicker. So teaching girls, I've had more success teaching girls martial arts than I have teaching young boys. So maybe it'll be a blessing. If Reese loses, I'm going to be homeless. Please don't bet your house. Okay? A house, I'll bet my life on this. A life is not to bet. Your house is not to bet. Only bet what you're willing to lose. Tatiana and Costa parlay. Good luck. Finch, good to catch the live. Glad you caught the live, Gio Lopes. Finch was wrong with Roofy, but Finch has the best picks that I know of in MMA. Thank you. Thank you. Realize. Thank you. I appreciate that. I ain't perfect. I'm only human after all. I'm glitching? Jesus Christ, really? I hope not. All right. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Hey, Finch, you like an Ankh versus Alex rematch? I will drop my pick there. I haven't made a bet on it. That might be a lie. I did make a bet on it as soon as that line dropped, didn't I? It just hit me. I just realized that. Take that back. I think I did. We'll talk about it when it gets closer, man. It's a good fight. It's definitely a good fight. It looks like it's winnable for Alex Pereira. Remember, there were no takedowns from Ankalaev, and Alex Pereira looked pretty flat there. It would be nice to see him, get on the front foot, bang that left hook, start with the 2 to the body, work that jab to the body more, just get on offense, slam some kicks in there. The calf kicks were pretty much shut down. I would like to see Poatan make some adjustments and get aggressive, get on offense. It's a winnable fight for him. Ankalaev, though, he's the truth for sure. So it's a good fight. Like how I ducked that question? I'm like a fucking politician in here, man. I was thinking like a little president of the United States. You guys can't see this black chair, can you? But like the president of the United States seal, because I'm getting good with this politics stuff. I just dodged that answer. Perfect. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you being here. Yeah, a lot of good stuff happening in my life. It was a hell of a week. And let's keep the ball rolling. I'll be busy working for 2 MMA promotions, but I promise I will keep doing my fucking research, keep working hard here, and I'll be working hard with the bets as always, So if you guys want to see who I'm betting on, direct message at mikefinchshow on Instagram. We will get you in over to Premium Channel. That's where I give out my favorite bets, the ones that I bet the most money on. I put over there on Premium Channel. I'm sorry to Free Channel. Fucking poor Free Channel just gets my throwaway bets. I think I have a solid parlay for you guys this time around. I already, it was the first bet I placed on this card. Is actually the one I'm putting in Free Channel. I ended up going heavier with 2 other bets. But, I'm going to give Free Channel love this week, and we're going to do it. All right? Okay? I appreciate you guys being here. As you know, until next time, it's peace and love.